Hey everybody, Jessica here from doitbetteryourself.club, and today I'm going to be demoing a few different cutting tools for cutting out your pattern pieces, specifically rotary cutters. And this is all part of the beginner's guide to sewing knit apparel. You can get the link to that in the description of this video. As part of this lesson, I'm going to be showing you two different brands of rotary cutters along with how they cut differently from a typical pair of fabric scissors. The two brands I have are Fiskars and Gingher, and I have a lot of love for both of these brands. The first rotary cutter that I want to be showing you is a Fiskars brand rotary cutter. Now, even though this is the cheaper price, cheaper made rotary cutter, I still have a lot of love for this rotary cutter, and I'll tell you why. So first, it is cheaper because it has a plastic casing, and the blades don't last as long as the Gingher blades do before they need to be replaced. But it is a fantastically inexpensive option. So it still has a guard, just like all rotary cutters, to help prevent any mistakes when you are not using it. But if you are just starting out sewing and you need yourself a rotary cutter and you head over to Walmart, you'll be able to find one of these, and it is a perfect beginner rotary cutter. It gets the job done. You're still going to have the use and capability of a rotary cutter, even though it's not the most high quality brand that you can get your hands on. The second brand I want to show you is this Gingher brand. Now this is really the cream of the crop for consumer at-home sewists to use for rotary cutters. It has a metal casing, so it has a higher quality material that it's made out of. It also has a guard, just like the Fiskars does. A couple additional benefits from this rotary cutter over the other one is that first, it is more ergonomically shaped, and they have them specifically for right-handed and left-handed users. So you lefties out there can go get yourself a lefty version. Also, when you replace your blade, it has a system here where you can turn this and pull out your blade, replace your blade completely without having to touch the blade at all. And finally, the blades just last longer than the Fiskars. So this one is going to cost about twice as much in my experience than the Fiskars. But it really does have some added benefits, and you won't be replacing your blades nearly as often. So, you know, it's debatable whether the price over time makes this a better value. So as you can see, I have my fabric folded over and then a pattern piece marked on the fold here. And this is very typical for knit apparel. You're going to have many pattern pieces that will be cut on the fold, which means you have two layers of fabric that you are cutting through at the same time. When you are using your fabric scissors, even with my flat bottomed fabric scissors here, you still need to raise up the fabric in order to cut it. And because of this, the knit stretch and slipperiness that intimidates a lot of people from knit fabrics, you can get some shifting between your fabric pieces. If you are using a rotary cutter, your fabric piece, your pattern piece, is going to remain completely undisturbed. It'll stay flat on your cutting board, and you will just be able to cut right on the line here without moving the pieces of fabric at all. And this prevents that shifting that a lot of people have a hard time with. Now, there's still a time and a place for your fabric scissors. I really like to use my scissors for short, straight cuts, specifically with neckbands, waistbands, because it's really easy to get a sharp, straight cut with my scissors. I also like to use them for cutting out notches and any really tight, rounded corners, because sometimes your rotary cutter can get a little grabby on your cutting mat, and the scissors can handle those really tight, rounded corners a little bit better. So thank you guys for joining me for this quick little tutorial on rotary cutters. Once again, if you want to check out the rest of the beginner's guide to sewing knit apparel, just go to the blog doitbetteryourself.club or dibby.club, and I hope to see you next time.